All right, hi guys. So here we are. It is now Sunday, November 8th, and I have found a way to survive a very nervous week. I was at home on much of Tuesday, and God, I you know, really felt hamstrung, I have to say. Like, I wasn't sure what to do with myself, and yet I knew that I better not listen to the news. And so, anyway, yeah, if you had a hard week, I'm right there with you, you know. But anyway, I recorded a short video last week saying that like I felt like Joe Biden was going to get elected, and that's what happened. I know that when we vote, democracy works. This was the biggest turnout in, I guess, since the 2008 election. Even more than that, we don't know what percent. We know that at least 61% of the electorate turned out for this, and it may actually be more. And when that happens, democracy is strong. It can be strong. So I think what's the encouraging part of this is that we've just gone through a very ugly period in American history. A time when people have been very turned off to what is going on out there, and yet I think there has still been an understanding that this is probably the most important time in human history, frankly, in terms of trying to preserve this world that we have been given. And I think that somewhere in the back of the average man's mind, there was that awareness that we can run, but we can't hide. We have to rise up, and this was our chance. We can breathe a sigh of relief that change is going to happen, but guys, we cannot relax. But between now and January 21st, there is going to be a lot of shit which hits the fan, and it's going to require that we stay vigilant, basically. And what can we do? The things that I discussed a few weeks ago. Call your congressperson. Tell him that, hey, we're not going to accept any kind of craziness that's happening in the White House. Donald Trump may well try to leave the White House in shambles, and he has to be held to account. And the good news is that when this guy gets out of office, he will be held to account. The Attorney General's office in New York City has got this guy by the balls, and he's been running, but he can't hide. So everything comes around in its own time. And the next 3 weeks, call your a local elected official. Be on the Biden-Harris campaign website. Looking at what they plan on doing in terms of policy, and try to connect with other local Democrats. That's something that I need to do as well. There's strength in numbers, and then also, like I said, donate. I'm thinking of actually leaving a donation to my local NPR station. This is a time that just calls for community action. like it never has before. I mean, many of us have had it good for a long time. We've been able to do what we want, but in order for us to have the world that we want, it's going to require us stepping up and doing what we must do. And that needs to be understood by every American now. Most of us didn't have to, we didn't have to do military service. Most of us weren't in the Peace Corps. Many of us never served an internship in Washington, D.C. Many of us have never been to our local state house. We have it good here in this country, but we all understand that an awful lot of sacrifices were made for our freedom, and that we have to, as the fortunate offspring of all that, we have to pass it on. Okay, all right, so, yeah. Breathe a sigh of relief, because, good times are upon us. The future's upon us. All right, see you.